Since the last time I did a Roblox top 5 horror games back in 2017 where I checked out old horror games, I decided I wanted to revisit it because of how popular it gotten. I decided I wanted to remake it. So, we'll be taking a look at not only the old horror games once more, but we will also be taking a look at the new horror games as well. So, for further ado, we'll be taking a look at, once again, the top 5 horror games in Roblox. The Maze. The Maze is a Roblox horror game where basically you have to enter a cave and get into the maze. Once you're in the maze, your whole mission is to basically escape. While you're in there, you will also find some useful items such as rocks, batteries, for basically your flashlight, and use the rocks to pretty much carve tunnels to basically hide through to avoid the creatures. The creatures will be roaming around the maze looking for players to basically kill them. It's a really amazing horror game, and it'll probably scare the hell out of you if you're caught off guard by these things. So, can you escape the maze without dying? Identity fraud. Identity fraud is another type of maze game where you're stuck in a maze and your whole mission is to escape. The difference between this one and the other one is that this one has puzzles, different types of puzzles that you have to solve, such as Morse code, and also finding keypad to the door to basically open them, and much more. While you're in here, there's obviously creatures in here that are going to try to kill you. There's 5 different types of creatures in this game, and they are really terrifying and hard to deal with. Can you go through this horror and try to beat this game? Light Bulb. Light Bulb is another maze game where you have to stay in the light, hide, and do puzzles. During the time you're in the maze, you'll get random phone calls from a guy who claims that he knows the maze, and he tries to help you out. It's your choice to whether to trust him or not trust him. While you're through the maze, there's an entity that will also be following you the whole time, and it will try to kill you. You have to avoid the entity by hiding in lockers and staying in the light. It's a very scary game, and my good question is, can you get to the end of the maze? Red 44 and Sayer 44. This game is all about timing. Your mission is to basically escape before the creatures catch you. There's 2 different ones. Red 44 is a creature where you cannot look at him, and if you look at him, he'll chase you. Sayer 44 comes out when you run out of time. Basically, once you are close to running out of time, you have to hide in a locker, wait for the time to reset. Once the time resets, you can continue on through your journey. This game is pretty scary and pretty hard. The last thing I have to say is don't let the time run out. Alone in a Dark House. Alone in a Dark House is a game where basically you have to figure out what happened to Smith's family. While you're in here, you have to find keys and solve puzzles while you're in the house. There's an entity in here also that will teleport and try to kill you. The entity will also stalk you and watch everything you do and will appear out of nowhere. Your whole goal in this game is to figure out what happened to Smith's family and what caused for everything to go so wrong.